Hey guys, I'm Lou, and in today's video I will be doing a reading vlog of Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. Now you may be wondering, what are you doing filming literally right up against your bookshelf with a pillow right next to you? Well, today is Tuesday the 12th of November, and on Saturday evening my bed broke, and so right now I've been sleeping on my mattress on the floor and I haven't got a bed. So this is what you'll be dealing with for the next few days. I am hoping to finish this book quite quickly. I haven't really got on much with my life and I would like to end this reading vlog with a bed. Yeah, right now I'm gonna read a few pages and I'll do a check-in and see what I think. And I think every day until I finish this book I'll do a check-in and then I'll do a final review, but this will be a far more relaxed vlog than my usual reviews. I had to switch hands because my hands was hurting. The reason why I picked up Spinning Silver is because I've been binge watching Kate's Book Dates. I think that's a channel name. I'll link her in the description box, and she recently recommended Spinning Silver in one of her book recommendation videos, which I'll also link below, and it made me really want to read that, so I thought I would trust her recommendation and pick the book up. The book is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling, where Rumpelstiltskin is the girl in this book, Miriam, and people think that she's magical when really she's a really good businesswoman because her father used to be the moneylender, but he had a really good heart and was really crap at taking money back from people. But Miriam was like, no, let me take over, and she's really good, to the point where people think that she's a fairy. And that's all I really know. I read the blurb, but I honestly don't know how much I'll remember at 11 o'clock at night. I'm hoping I'll enjoy it. I'll check you in a few minutes, but I thought I would show you the impact of not having a bed on my room first. Look at all that space. To be fair, some of it was not my bed. Like, I'm pretty sure from my radiator to my bookshelf the bed didn't take up that space, but I had a small double bed. I no longer have a small double bed. I just have my chair and my shoes. So you can see I'm literally living on the floor right now. I'm hoping my replacement bed comes tomorrow, if not Thursday, but I'm not really enjoying life on the floor. I've already had company. I literally found a spider in my blankets and I haven't been enjoying that. No. So let me get on reading before I tell you my entire life story, and I'll see you guys soon. I found a slightly better angle for me to talk about this book without straining my arms. So I am halfway through page 11 and this book has already started to grip me. Miriam has told us her story as to how she became the moneylender. Essentially, she snapped. Her father was doing a crap job and she was like, yo, our family is suffering and all the people that we've lent money to, they're thriving, they have money, they are planning feasts, and we're here reusing our cooking oil for our candles. That story got to me. I was like, It was really well written. I'm making it seem like I already finished a book, but like that section was so gripping. I just couldn't put the book down until I finished it to tell you guys about it. I do want to say, I have already noticed the fact that this book is kind of hard to follow at times. Maybe it's because I'm tired, but there have been a few times, I want to say 2 times in the last 11 and a half pages where I've had to reread this section like 2 times, 3 times to actually get what the story is going on about. But also I've noticed like they mention place names with no reference to a map, so I'm just a bit like, okay, there are places. I also think that the descriptions of the village is done well because so far we know that Miriam is living in a small village sort of in the middle of nowhere, but on a road between 2 major cities, but it's not marked on a map, so it's like a small nowhere town. I think it's building up to something great. I'm already invested, like 11 and a half pages in. I want to see Miriam be a queen. I'll check in again either before I find something else that I want to talk about or before I go to bed. Just finished chapter 1. It's literally like 3.5 pages since I last talked to you. But what I really like is that now that Miriam has assumed her role as the moneylender, her parents aren't happy with what she's doing, but it's also necessary for them to live. If they continue to do what her father's been doing, then her family will starve. They literally had like half a penny before Miriam snapped and was like, no, we're getting our money back. And in those 3.5 pages, the story has shifted to the point where like they're now in a position of power. Miriam can literally be like, you haven't got money to pay your debt? Fine, I'm taking your daughter to work with us at half a penny a day until you pay off the debt. And like, so cool. Like, I already love Miriam. Like, she's already being molded into like the cold-hearted person, but she's not cold for the sake of being cold. She's cold because it's what life has molded her into. If she's not cold, she's not getting money, she's not getting food for her family. And it's a role in which her parents have failed, and she's taking on despite them not liking that. It's just, I think this might be is it too early to say that this might be a new favourite book? Or am I just really liking it because of like the implications of what's going on? I don't know. I'll probably check in again soon. I don't know if I should be saying spoilers for this review, because I know the reason why I'm doing an in-depth, almost like chapter to chapter talking is because I have time to do that now. I won't have time to do it later on. I don't think I'm doing that many spoilers, but then I'm literally on chapter 2. I'm literally 21 pages into the book. So I just finished chapter 2. We just got the point of view of the girl, which Miriam was like, she will be paying your debt for the next 4 years. And I really liked it. I was wondering who she was, and then the story developed, and honestly, it's just so enticing. I could honestly see myself finishing this book really quickly. I'm really sold this book. I hope that I continue to say that. The last time I felt this good about a book, I think I was reading Sorcery of Thorns, because Sorcery of Thorns grabs you pretty early. And have I found like a new favourite to be on the same level as Sorcery of Thorns? Like, honestly, maybe. I think I'm going to read another chapter or two and I'll continue to check in. I'm really enjoying it so far, if you can't tell from my like 3 check-ins where I've been raving. Don't worry, they'll become less as this vlog progresses. So I just finished chapters 3 and 4. I'm currently on page 51 out of 466. It's currently following Miriam and Wanda. The story is starting to focus more on Wanda and her family. It makes me wonder what's going to happen, because in the blurb it talks about Irina and I'm like, who's Irina? But then I also know that we haven't got to the part where she meets the Fairy King of Winter yet. It's still in the backstory of her being in the village before she's seen as a person who can literally create magic. Really, she's a perfect businesswoman. And it's really interesting because I'm really rooting for all characters. I love Miriam. I love her like cold-hearted logic in order for her family to thrive. I really like Wanda's story. Wanda's story is one which comes from an abusive background where her father was a bad father. He's basically become like a drunk, abusive, alcoholic gambler, and he's treats his 3 children really badly. And Wanda is now the sole breadwinner. I'll end up reading this book on the way to work, on my commute, and during lunchtime. I won't be able to vlog then, unsurprisingly. I mean, I probably could vlog at work, but I don't want to. Like, I don't want to whip out my camera on my desk and just start talking and hear everyone just know that they can hear me. And I don't want to go outside my workplace and like vlog because it's cold. It's like 8 degrees in London. So what I think I'll end up doing is I'll come home from work and I'll tell you guys what I think of the story so far, and we'll go from there. Hopefully I haven't got much longer to go. You guys should tell me if you've read Spinning Silver, if you'll want to read it in the future. Right now, I'm so glad that I listened to Katie. Makes me want to pick up more of the books that she recommended. She also recommended Nevernight, which I also have, so I might pick that up soon. She also recommended Lock Every Door, I think it's that book, by Riley Sager. And I read Final Girls by Riley Sager. I did really enjoy it. So now I want to read that book, but it's really expensive because it's currently in hardback and it's not going to be in paperback until July, and I want to read that book. But I'm also saving money. Hopefully tomorrow you'll see a new bed. Hopefully tomorrow you'll see a more concise Lou. I shall see you then. Hey guys, so today is Wednesday the 13th of November. I just got home and had dinner. I am currently on page 107 of Spinning Silver. I read like 2 pages on my commute to work, and I probably read 48 during my lunch, and I probably read like the last 6 on my commute home. That's the problem with short train times, you can't read much. But I wouldn't wish to have a long commute and read lots, because then it's cutting out time from other places in my life. So what's happened? We finally met Irina. Irina was on the back of the book. We had like 2 really short chapters from Irina's perspective, and then it's just gone and shifted back to Miriam and Wanda. I really like Miriam's story the most, I think, and then it's Wanda, and then it's Irina. I don't really care for Irina, but I think over the next 350 pages I will. We get to meet the Fairy King of Winter, who solicits Miriam into turning silver coins into gold. He's quite an interesting character, and I don't understand his character, but are we really supposed to, because he's a fairy? Fairies aren't humans, so they're harder to learn from. I will continue to read this book tonight. I'm probably going to study Korean first for the next hour or so, and then get back to reading. I also want to prioritize sleep, because I haven't been sleeping well for the last 4 days since my bed broke, and I have started to feel the effects of like having 6-hour sleeps or less, and so I want to get 7 hours sleep. Is that a good deal? I am gonna go now. I'll do a check-in once I got to 200 pages, I think. It'll stop me from talking about how great this book is every chapter, and hopefully limit down the spoilers, because I think once it gets to about 100 pages, it's really hard to be like, it's a minor spoiler which happens 200 pages in the book. But essentially, what you guys need to know now is that I wish I had time to read it in one sitting. I really do, because it's so great. So next time you'll see me a few hours into the future. The time is currently 23:49, and I am on page 203. I probably could have read a lot more, but I procrastinated for like 2 hours. So I thought that I would do my check-in now before I would fully go to sleep, because I'll probably end up going to sleep soon. So in the last 100 or so pages, the story has kind of shifted. The plot has gone away from Miriam's town and Miriam being the really good businesswoman, and it's sort of shifted to like the fairy world. And this section in the fairy world, I am finding it to be quite slow. I think that's mainly because it's building up to something, but I have no idea what that's going to be. I feel like I do, but I don't. And so right now there's 3 separate storylines. You have Miriam, you have Irina, and then you have Wanda, and she is on a journey. I'm trying to make this catch up non-spoilery, but also telling you what's happening, so that's hard. I am still enjoying the book. I'm not as enthused as I once was, probably because I know that this story is going to start to drag a bit. I would say like the first 125 pages is like, oh my god. But it starts to slow down as it starts to come to this section which is described in the blurb, where Miriam and Irina embark on a quest. And I feel like they'll work together. I don't think they'll work separately. I don't know how much I'll get through tomorrow. I think I'll read another 50 pages minimum. I do want to try and read another 100 pages or another 150 pages, but that might be a bit of a stretch because it is quite a tough book. I'm not struggling to read it, it's just it takes time to read it, and so that's why I classify it as a tough book. It's not an easy read. It's like I have to focus, and I have to focus all of my mental mind as to what's happening in this book, which is good because it's a good escapism. So what's the plan for tomorrow? Tomorrow is the light ceremony in Covent Garden, and my new bed should hopefully come tomorrow. It's coming between 7 AM and 12 PM, but apart from that, there's nothing else really much going on in my life apart from all of that and studying Korean. And I think maybe with the fact that I'm reading this book most of the time when I'm really tired, it's also affecting my experience. Most of the time I read during the evening, so I'm a bit like, reading whilst I'm tired shouldn't really affect my experience of this book, but I think it's affecting me because of how much I have to focus. So I shall see you guys tomorrow. I hope you're enjoying this vlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my Depop. I have 366 pages to read. I think it'll end up taking me until next week to read this book completely and finish it, unless I have a really uneventful weekend. I also wanted to know that I feel like this book has reminded me of like The Cruel Prince, but I haven't read The Cruel Prince, so I don't know if I can make that comparison. I'll have to read The Cruel Prince soon, especially seeing as Queen of Nothing is coming out, but that's the sort of vibe I'm getting, especially with the interactions between Miriam and the Winter Fairy King. Yep, I'm just gonna go now. See you tomorrow. So I just got home 2 hours ago. Right now it's currently 10 o'clock on the dot, and I wanted to show you guys what I've been working on for the last 2 hours essentially. My new bed! I really love it at the moment because it matches, like my pillow matches my blanket and my like inner cover, if you can even see that. So that rarely happens for me. The bedding almost never matches, so I'm really happy about that. So after the lights turning on, as you saw, I ended up spending about 2 hours with my co-workers, which was really nice. Then I came home and attached the headboard. Now let me tell you where I am with Spinning Silver. I'm almost at 300 pages. I'm at page 291. I'll definitely get to page 300 tonight before I go to bed. Just after my last check-in, I realised I finished it literally pages before it got really good. I was saying, oh, it was starting to slow down. Of course it's starting to slow down. Like something big was going to happen and it's going to speed up again. Basically, the main characters meet. It's not a spoiler because I feel like they have to embark on a quest together, so of course they're gonna meet. So Miriam and Irina met. Obviously they met before, but like this time it was to start the quest together, and it was so interesting. It's interesting to see their dynamic and just what they're both willing to do to survive. I can't wait to finish this book. I'm hoping to finish it tomorrow. I shall check back in soon and tell you what I've been up to. It's currently 11:30. I'm currently on page 309 of Spinning Silver and I am still enjoying it. It's coming up to one of the peaks in the story. It may be a climax, I'm not sure. I feel like it's a bit too early for a climax because it's about 160 pages away from the end, so it's probably just getting more and more intense and fast paced. I just really hope that the climax which we're building up to does not happen whilst I'm commuting to work. That would be the worst, having to only read a few pages and then having to spend like 4 hours working and then being able to read the book for an hour. Like, it's a form of torture which I do not like. But I also enjoy the fact that I want to read this book so much, it's practically consuming my life. So that is a good thing. So I am hoping to finish 2 books tomorrow. And then that should be the end of this vlog, I think. I might start up some more vlogs when I read some more fantasy books, but I'm not really sure. You guys should tell me which books I should vlog read. I'm thinking about doing it for The Cruel Prince and The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing. I'm thinking about just binge reading that series all in one go because honestly, I'm only feeling fantasy right now, which is a really good thing because it's been ages since I've been really feeling fantasy. It's been probably like well over a year, and right now that's all I want to read, and it's really making a dent in my fantasy TBR, which is great because fantasy takes up most of my TBR. I shall see you guys tomorrow evening. I'm not doing anything exciting after work tomorrow. I'm literally coming home and cleaning, so I shall read some more then. I might start a second audiobook actually if I'm doing a lot of cleaning and stuff. Maybe. I'll see you guys soon. The time is 8:44 on Friday the 15th of November and I have finished Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik. I really enjoyed this book. I think I'll rate it a 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't a perfect 5, but it's a really high 4. I think it would be like 4.5. Like, it's so close to being the perfect book for me. It was just so good. I would describe the pacing of the book as like a wave. It pretty much has like really fast paced sections and then it like sort of slows down again, and it just constantly does that, I think about 3 or 4 times. I would say that the plot of this book is very much split into 3 parts almost. The main mission of the book changes, and that's why I would say that it has 3 parts. I was very engrossed in the story. I kept on thinking about this book ever since I started reading it, and that's the sort of obsession I want with the books I read. I want to constantly think about it. But I also wonder if I was only thinking about it because I was also vlogging it, and maybe that added to the experience, that made me appreciate the book more. It's so captivating and so beautifully done, and plot and the characters are so well crafted. I think my favourite character has to be Miriam. She's the character which I related most to. I also really liked Wanda. The character that I disliked and liked at the same time is Irina. Would I read this book again? Yes. Would I recommend it? Yes. It's honestly like the great perfect winter read. Maybe that's why I really enjoyed it, because the Fairy King in this book is winter, and this book is, I would say, probably 90% set in winter, and right now it is winter. So I think I would definitely recommend this as a winter read as well. It definitely gives you Christmas vibes because it has like snow and ice and Winter King. I just love anything to do with fairies essentially. So that's the end of my vlog reading Spinning Silver. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my Depop shop, and I hope to see you guys again soon. Bye!